I don't have my glasses with me, so I can't see.
It's Afia.
Oh, Afia. Now
Yeah.
I see.
I tell everyone it's mafia without the M.
There's no such thing as a mafia.
Not in Jersey, at least. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Afia Yunus. I'm an immigration attorney, and I'm also the daughter of immigrants from Pakistan. I've been fighting for immigrants for 4.5 years now, and I wake up every single day to be the armor for my clients. I believe that this country designated certain unalienable rights to people, and that was the pursuit of happiness. And everybody has the right to pursue happiness. And that's what our forefathers created this country for. And that's what they created governments for, is to fight and protect that inalienable right, to pursue happiness. And that's what I believe my clients do when they come to this country, is to pursue that right to happiness. I want to focus my testimony on the letter that we received in response to the ordinance. I don't know exactly what happened, but we did propose a resolution to you guys on a fair and welcoming resolution for immigrants, and we received a letter dated December 15th, 2017 by County Council Christopher Orlando. So I wanted to focus my testimony to respond to that letter. First and foremost, it says, quote, "The ordinance unduly binds the board by placing added restrictions in various areas that are contrary to New Jersey law and regulatory requirements." Now, what I wanted to say is, first, the use of the terms various areas and unduly binding are vague and ambiguous. There was no specific citation to any specific New Jersey law or regulation that would have been in conflict with this ordinance. Quite to the contrary, we believe that the ordinance actually prohibits any unduly binding responsibility on the county. By doing this, we argue that it would be unduly binding for the county to expend time, funds, and resources to facilitate and cooperate with federal immigration law enforcement. So it's actually more unduly binding for county tax dollars to be used to help and facilitate the detention and rounding up of our county constituents. And so it's actually quite the opposite. This resolution would keep tax dollars and keep our law enforcement and county officers to focus on real county issues and not be doing the work of the feds. Secondly, the letter states that the board would be unable to enforce many of the proposals set forth in the ordinance. So, in response to that, we say that the lack of ability to enforce is not sufficient reason to fail to make a statement of important social, political, and ideological policy that directly affects your constituents. It has not stopped this board in the past. And thirdly, this board does have control over passing this resolution so that the county officers do not enter into 287G agreements with federal ICE officers and cooperate with them. And so that's why we stand here today and request—
Which you don't do, you know that.
Yes, I know,
Okay.
I know. I'm a resident of Cherry Hill, and I have a close relationship with the city police there, and we also don't have a 287G. But what I'm saying is that to do the opposite, which is to simply state that we will not enter into a 287G agreement, that we will not use our resources, we won't use our officers to do the work of these federal officers. And there's several reasons to do that. Number one, our officers don't have the training. Number two, they're not paid for this. Why are we going to make them do this work that the federal government should be doing? It makes absolutely no sense economically, politically, socially, and on utilitarian reasons. So, putting all the humanitarian reasons aside, on basic fiscal and governmental objections, there's really no objection here that makes any sense. And so that's why we ask that this board respectfully request pass the ordinance that you see right there.
Thank you. We'll take another look at it.